Hi everyone, my name is Heather Nawab and this is Jingya Wang and Yue Jiang. We've collaborated to build Simplify Finance. I work at a bank and I'm the founder of a social enterprise around financial inclusion. Our purpose is to make financial services more accessible for everyone. For reference, there's about 2 billion people in the world that don't have access to financial services. And our goal in this course is to build an interactive app that is a personalized tool for people to do three things: keep track of their finances, make decisions, and most importantly, achieve their financial goals. Our target market is millennials, 18 to 35, high users of mobile devices, most of which do not want to interact with the regular financial services. I'm going to turn it over.
Okay, now let's take a look at our overall design. This is our block diagram. We've got the user input collection, data storage, and budget tracking for our Spiral 1. At this stage, we're able to collect basic user information and store it into internal database. And we can also check the budget and goal status for users. And for Spiral 3 and 4, we developed the advice generator, which is our one-on-one personalized coach with texting feature and reward mechanism, which involves gamification. For the final spiral, we connected our application to the online database to allow users access their profile on different devices. And now I'm going to share a story of Jennifer with you guys. Jennifer is one of our users, and she just finished her study and started her job. She wants to know more about finance system, and the only thing she cares about is keep everything simple. And now I'm going to log in as Jennifer here. Just simply type the email address of Jennifer and the password, and tap login. The new user can also register new accounts on the login page. Yeah, and next Jennifer will talk about this app.
Once Jennifer has successfully logged in, the pie graph would shows the budget information. She can type on it to view particular categories, and it will shows how much she already spent and what's the total money she's allowed to spend in this month. To check these values, we have the budget checking tools. Whenever Jennifer have received some money or spend some money, she can just add it through the transaction page. She can also do that through the finance part, which is very similar to the transaction, but based on fixed periods such as monthly or yearly, so she don't need to type in her cable payments for every month. Jennifer can also have a chat with the app to get some financial advices. Let's say this time she want to just type her in it. This time she want to review her goals, and it would list the progress about her goals. She can continue to see the detail about them. So currently she has two goals. One of them is to save $1,000 in 2 months. The third feature in the bottom is a reward mechanism. It's a framework of reward mechanism to encourage a user to achieve their goals. This time, maybe Jennifer don't want to review her goals, and let's say she just bought a coffee. She can add it through the transaction page or just tell the chatbot to do this. Just spend $3 on it. So we can check the transaction page that it says already being updated. Now this time, maybe not for goals, no transactions. She wants to see how well she's doing on her budgets. So the $3,033 is the money calculated, that's how much she can spend in this month, which is based on her goal setting. If continue, and maybe she want to see how is her dining out. the app would compare it with the average spending in her city and tell her it's a little bit greater than it, so maybe she want to save some money on it. Then the app will do some calculation and tell her and suggest her to eat at home to save the money. Yeah, so I will go.
Okay, so that was our app. On the commercial side, we learned that we could spend a lot more time upfront brainstorming, using the access to experts in the Toronto ecosystem, and then really focusing on the user to figure out like what specific needs we can solve for them. And then on the technical side.
Okay, for the technical side, we would rather to start from designing the overall layout if we have enough time in the beginning, rather than directly start from the layout for each feature. And the second point is we would rather to choose a more dynamic way to implement the decision trees behind our chat feature. So we would like to store the content of decision trees into files rather than just hard-coded in the application. Yeah, that's our key finding.
And in terms of the future work, there's a lot of features that we've built up, and they're very rudimentary, so we're gonna need to refine them. The chatbot feature, especially, we've got to simplify it, and we've got to put in an algorithm in the back. Conduct a lot of research with beta users to figure out what works for people and what is intuitive and what's not. Obviously, build an iOS version for the application and a website that supports the web interaction as well. For the past couple of years, we've been working with a network of partners to get to this stage. We want to continue working with them to see where we can take it. Thank you.
Great. Seems like the chat bot is more active than usual. I guess you kind of answered the question I was about to ask. This is all, that chat was all hard-coded as code?
Yeah, it's hard-coded.
Okay, yeah, that might be hard to update. I think I asked you this before, but on what basis does it tell you that you're doing a good job?
It just currently it just set an arbitrary number inside it. So you mean that the budget,
It's a good job if
it's below if it's below the budget.
But that would always be true at the beginning of the time of the budget, right? The instant you get the money, you're instantly doing a good job because you haven't spent it all.
If you don't spend any money, that's true.
Absolutely. I mean, there's for the purpose of demonstration, we set up a few prompts. There's obviously a lot of improvement that we need to do to make sure that it's a little bit more realistic. But certainly, like, we want to make sure that we keep encouraging users so that they feel good and they want to come back. And
I guess I was just asking about the logic behind that particular thing. It needs to be a function of not just the amount left, but the time in the month.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
So the structure you would build would have to have that as a superstructure, I think.
So I know that the chat feature is somewhat limited, but for the functionality you do have, say like adding a transaction,
Yeah.
every time I go to it, is it going to ask me first if I want to review my goals, and then I click no, then I add transaction, or can I jump into it and say, I spent money on coffee?
So I guess we, in iteration number 2 or 3, that's where we should be able to say, I want to enter a transaction, but just because the way we've set it up right now, it's a decision tree where it asks one question, then if you say no, it gets you to the next one. We've got to put in an algorithm that's a little more dynamic in the background, of course.
Any other questions?
Can you speak to as like why you chose to use a chat UI as opposed to?
I guess it's a function of observing people that are in our target market. I, for example, spent most of my time on WhatsApp. I was in China for the last week, and everyone is on WeChat all the time. So people are using, in the demographic trying to target, people are using chat tools a lot, and it becomes personalized, and it is a little bit interactive. But we're open to morphing it into other ways if possible. Yeah.
Have you considered to implement Siri in your app so that you're talking to a person, kind of, instead of just typing in?
That's a great idea. We will think about how to incorporate it, but yeah, of course. We have not done anything in that direction so far.
Great.
Thank you.